Hello. So, okay, this is another movie pitch I came up with. This one's called Nighty Night. It's a thriller. And this is loosely based on actual events too. This happened when I was in Rogers in West Dallas. So this is just, my imagination kind of did the rest. But it's loosely based on what happened when I was there. And the movie's called Nighty Night, and this is the pitch. And I sent this to a couple directors. Okay, setting. Rogers Behavioral Health in West Allis, Wisconsin. A woman portrayed by Charlize Theron is in her bed experiencing night terrors and having nightmare visions of violent crimes. She awakes in a sweat, exits her room, and walks the hallway to the nurse's station to find only females on staff who she calls sociopaths. She demands to have them call 911 and have the police come. They refuse and try to sedate her. She takes the Ativan, which has no effect on her, and then after 20 minutes of restlessness in her room, she returns to the nurse's station and is fed up, so she puts the nurse in a chokehold and is then surrounded and subdued by 2 female orderlies. Soon she is surrounded by 19 female orderlies and nurses, and a single male nurse shows up. She tells him to call 911, and he stands by idly doing nothing. She tells him she is surrounded by sociopaths, and he leaves. She is given trazodone, and half an hour later she feels drowsy and falls asleep without the night terrors. The following night, without trazodone or other sedation, she has another vision of a crime in Milwaukee. She goes to the nurse's station and again demands to have police come. The all-female staff refuse. Is there a man working in the hospital tonight, even a janitor? I need someone I can trust who can call 911. A male employee shows up at the desk, and Charlize asks him to call 911. The head nurse, who Charlize calls Hogface, tells her he can't. Why? Asks Charlize. Is he Down syndrome? She then asks the male employee who works in admissions if he is Down syndrome and if he knows how to operate a telephone and if he can call 911. To all of this he responds no and walks away. At this point she kicks off her Crocs and throws a tantrum, first barricading the swinging doors with the tables. She then trashes the day room, throwing everything on the floor and ripping the water dispenser from the wall, making it spring a leak and flood the room. She yells, "Call 911," and shows off her ninja skills and says, "I'm going to kill the first person that comes near me. You hear that, hog-faced, you're dead." About 10 minutes later, 3 Milwaukee police officers showed up, portrayed by Ryan Reynolds, Jason Statham, and T.J. Miller. They seem impressed by the damage. She greets them happily, and she says she is happy to see them. TJ asks if she barricaded the doors, sounding impressed, when she says, "Yes, that's the first thing I did." She sits and is very calm. They ask her what is going on, and she tells them she is the star of a CIA-sponsored reality show. Ryan glances up for camera, seeing none. Charlize tells him, "You'll never find them. Don't bother looking for them. You'll lose your fucking mind." TJ fixes the leak and keeps surveying the destruction, impressed, and talks to Hogface. Jason and Ryan talk with Charlize. She tells them she is a medium and experiences visions of crimes, that there is a serial killer on the loose in Milwaukee and that she can see the killer, that he doesn't have an MO, that his crimes aren't related, but they are all him, and he has 12 victims so far, and there will be more, and the next killing will be on 4th Street. They don't seem to know what to believe or do, but are concerned. She stands. She says to Ryan, 2 punches. Then to Jason, 1 punch. Then to TJ, "I can pin you in 4 minutes," predicting a fight. The cops try to convince her to go to her room and get some sleep. She says, "I will assault you all if it means I will go to jail. Get me out of here." She reaches for Ryan's hat. He smiles gently and gently grabs her right arm and wrist. Jason takes her left arm and wrist, and she sits back down and they gently subdue her. TJ just surveys things and stands back. Hogface looks disgusted. The other nurses appear defeated. We're going to take you to your room now, Charlize, Ryan says, and they let her up and release her. She repeats to Ryan, 2 punches, and to Jason, 1 punch. Jason, shocked, replies, says, 1 punch? Charlie says matter-of-factly, weak stomach. Then she says to TJ, I can pin you in 2 minutes, and he says, I thought you said 4 minutes. Charlize tells him, now I'm mad. Ryan and Jason escort her to her room. She puts out her hand to shake Ryan's, and he says, handshake, huh? She leans into him and says, what, you want a kiss? He blushes and turns away, followed by Jason. Then, for the next 2 hours on Charlize's radio, the DJs talk about missed opportunities and really blowing it by not kissing someone, lol. True story. As far as the rest of the story goes, Charlize can get sprung by Rogers by the police and help the Milwaukee cops catch the killer. And I wrote this on 9/8/19. Thanks.